What's the most painful thing you were wrongfully accused of? I used to be a night nurse at Riverdale Memorial when my career and reputation were destroyed in a single night. I had been working the oncology ward for 7 years with nothing but stellar performance reviews when Mrs. Winters, a terminal patient in room 412, coded around 2 a.m. I was doing my regular rounds when I heard the alarm and rushed to her room immediately. Her stats were plummeting fast, and I called the code blue while starting CPR. The team arrived quickly, but despite our best efforts, we couldn't save her. She had been declining for days, so while tragic, it wasn't unexpected. The next morning, as I was finishing my shift, the head nurse and hospital security approached me. Their faces were grim as they escorted me to the administration office where the hospital director and 2 police officers were waiting. My heart raced as they closed the door behind us. They informed me that Mrs. Winters' son had accused me of stealing his mother's diamond ring and gold necklace, family heirlooms worth over $30,000 that she allegedly never took off. The son claimed he had visited late the previous evening, and the jewelry was there, but when he returned after her death, they were gone. Since I was the primary nurse on duty during that time frame, suspicion fell directly on me. I was speechless. I had never seen Mrs. Winters wearing any jewelry during her 3-week stay. The director explained that hospital policy required immediate suspension during theft investigations. Security escorted me out through the main lobby while early shift staff and visitors watched. The humiliation burned as I felt their eyes judging me. Word spread through hospital circles. Former colleagues stopped responding to texts. Friends canceled plans. My neighbor, also a nurse at Riverdale, suddenly started taking her trash out at different times to avoid me. The police searched my apartment and car, finding nothing, but the damage was done. Social media exploded with assumptions of my guilt. Someone even created a fake profile using my name and photo, posting things like, "Stealing from the dead is easier than you think." For 6 weeks, the investigation dragged on, while I sat home alone, watching my 15 years in nursing crumble around me. The worst part wasn't even the investigation, it was the betrayal from people I'd worked alongside for years. Nurses I'd covered shifts for, doctors I'd assisted during emergencies, administrators who'd praised my work, all acted like I was contagious. My own mother asked if there was any truth to the rumors. The hospital eventually cleared me when security footage showed Mrs. Winters' son removing her jewelry himself during his visit, hours before she died. Apparently, he had gambling debts and needed quick cash, so he took the jewelry, then reported it stolen to collect insurance money after her death. The hospital sent a formal letter of apology and offered my position back like they were doing me a favor. The director suggested I might be more comfortable working in a different ward where patients wouldn't recognize me from the news stories. I declined. How could I return to a place where everyone had been so quick to believe the worst about me? Yesterday, I received a letter from a patient I had cared for last year. She wrote that when she heard about the accusations, she never believed them for a second because she remembered how I had sat with her all night during her worst pain, holding her hand and telling stories to distract her when medication wasn't enough. She said nurses like me don't steal from patients. They give pieces of themselves instead. I cried for the first time since this nightmare began. I'm starting at a new hospital next month in another city where nobody knows my story. The administration there knows everything and hired me anyway. Sometimes I still wake up in cold sweats, remembering the looks on my colleagues' faces as security walked me out. A single lie nearly destroyed everything I'd worked for, and no apology letter can erase those 6 weeks of isolation or the friendships that shattered like glass when tested. Trust, once broken, leaves permanent cracks no matter how carefully you glue it back together.